Watch me, nay, nay. Why me do it? Now watch me whip. Kill it. Watch me, nay, nay. Okay. Now watch me.
Welcome back to America Trends. I'm Barry Nussbaum, filling in tonight for Dr. Gina. Our poll question today, do you think the world will be safer under a Trump presidency? Yes or no? Vote in that poll at u2america.com or use the U2 America app, available now on Apple and Android devices. Download it now if you don't already have it. My guest tonight is Dr. Walid Phares, who is Donald Trump's foreign policy advisor and my good friend. I bet he has a strong opinion on tonight's poll. Dr. Phares is going to shed light for us on the strategies regarding ISIS, the coalition in the Middle East. He joins us tonight from Washington, D.C. Dr. Phares, welcome to the show. Do we have Dr. Phares? We are finding him now. He's in D.C. He's standing by. I can tell you that Donald Trump's foreign policy speech was a very big deal on policy, and I understand Walid had a hand in putting that together. And when we get Walid on the line in a minute, we're going to ask him about it. And as much as possible, we'll try and get a little bit of an inside feel on the campaign from a guy that's there and works directly with Mr. Trump. I'm going to ask him some questions as well about what it's like, because as many of you know, there's a bit of a difference between the Donald Trump we see on his off-the-cuff, tell it like it is, unscripted persona, and apparently behind the scenes, he's a different guy. So looking forward to having Walid on with us, and maybe we can get an inside hear from him in a second. I do know that I can tell you this from talking to Walid a lot over the last couple of weeks. Apparently in private, Mr. Trump is a little bit different than the Mr. Trump we see, in the sense that he is businesslike. He runs a board meeting like a political meeting and vice versa. So the various experts that are being brought in are truly being consulted in a manner that their opinions matter a lot. I don't think I'm giving away too many secrets and taking Walid's thunder away, but I do know that Walid is an expert that has consulted with Congress and several U.S. presidents, written a number of bestsellers, and having him on board to help with strategy on foreign policy is something that this campaign, I'm sure, is very lucky to have. I can also tell you, having met with him, he's probably one of the smartest people you're ever going to meet, and will tell you as well that his input is being used. Do we have Walid now? Walid, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
There you are. Welcome, my friend. Tell us about Donald Trump's foreign policy speech. It's gotten tremendous reviews, and I know you had a hand in it. What can you tell us about it?
Well, the final say in any of his speeches is Mr. Trump himself. But of course, he has many helpers, briefers, advisors, experts. He counts on many. He mentioned a few of them. There are many that he hasn't mentioned. What is important about this speech is that it tells Americans, voters, and also Americans later when he will become the president, that there need to be a change of direction, that many of the decisions made over the past 8 years, and he would even say over the past 20 years, were either wrong or needed to be corrected. So with regard national security, with regard foreign policy, with regard international economics, he's proposing new lines, new directions. And of course, the priority is going to be safe here at home, safe from an economic perspective and from a security perspective. But then we all know that by the time hopefully, when he will become the president, he will be in the White House in Washington, many crises that we see right now are going to be much worse. So he's warning the American public that we need to make those decisions today by voting for him so that he and his administration can address those crises.
All right, well, let's go specific, Walid. Talk to me about the Trump strategy regarding ISIS. Obviously, the United States has been largely disengaged. How would it be different under President Trump?
Well, first, the strategic goal is not to contain ISIS. which has been the case over the past 2 years since ISIS, controlled parts of Syria and Iraq. He wants to dismantle, he wants to destroy, meaning dismantling ISIS, which means that there will be a much more vigorous action by the assets already in place. That will be our air assets, some possible actions on the ground, but he really is calling on the local forces inside Iraq and also the regional forces, should they be Arab countries, Gulf countries, Jordan, others, to do more, much more. This is burden sharing. In fact, it is strategic sharing.
All right, so in other words, build coalition and having them lead the fight?
Well, building coalition for sure. Without these coalitions, the issue is not just to destroy ISIS. These 5 Arab armies trained by the United States, equipped by the United States, having worked together in Yemen and other places, can do it. But the problem is who will sustain that action afterwards. I mean, if you dislodge ISIS from Mosul and from Raqqa, who will be in charge later? Because we've done it before. We invaded Iraq, we took out a regime, we defeated Al-Qaeda at the time, and then we quit, and allowing the Iranians and Al-Qaeda to come back, and therefore ISIS to come back. It's not just who is going to destroy ISIS, what we're going to build instead. Got it.
So, not a lot of time. Talk to us. What's the Trump plan on the Iran nuclear deal?
He was clear. We don't have the specifics because he can't be doing specifics as he's going to elections, but the strategic lines are clear. This is not a deal that is to the interest of the United States, to the interest of Israel, and the interest of the Arab allies in the region, and of course the interest of the international community, because the Iranian regime has been going after many players. Iran is involved in Iraq, in Syria, in Lebanon, in Yemen, is threatening our Arab and Gulf friends. So he is going to renegotiate. What that means, basically, he's going to tell the Iranians, if you do not implement, and they're not implementing that agreement, then I'm going to put it back on the table and renegotiate every aspect of it. And then either they will implement it or else there will be other actions taken.
Boy, you got my support on that one, Walid. So, all right, 30 seconds. Inside question. You can break the story here. Who's got the VP pick?
Oh, no. I don't have any participation in that process. He is clever enough. He has good advisors. He will decide the person, the pool first, and then the person. And of course, he will decide the timing. He's very good at those timings. But we all know that his choice is going to be a strategic choice. It's not going to be a choice that for a makeup, a choice for making America great again.
Got it. Thanks so much, Dr. Phares. Great to see you again, my good friend.